In this video, guys, I want to talk about something a little bit different, and that is fixed blade carry options. Now, normally I'm talking about how to make your cars last 25 years and 300,000 miles, but I don't think this topic is very well handled on YouTube by any of the videos that I've seen, at least. Now, when it comes to carry options for folders, I believe the video by Michael Janich is phenomenal. I've linked to that video down below, and I really think it's terrific. So go ahead and watch that for how to properly carry and deploy a folding knife. But what I'm talking about right now is fixed knives. Now, Michael Janich of Martial Blade Concepts believes that folding knives are very good for self-defense, whereas Greg Tambone of Bone Tactical believes that you should use a fixed knife. Greg even goes as far to say is there's no such thing as a tactical folding knife. Tactical knives are only fixed blade edge weapons. And I think both of these guys are correct. And let me tell you why. I think that if you think about it, Michael Janich is usually coaching people like myself who are just private citizens who are most likely to run into thugs, carjackers, etc. Whereas Greg Tambone, he is someone who works private security in South America. And if you do that, you need to have a much higher level of competence because you're protecting clients from possible kidnappers and assassins. But the bottom line is that a fixed blade knife is a knife that does not have a failure point, meaning the pivot. The pivot being a failure point means that a fixed blade knife, everything else being equal, is superior. But how do you carry a fixed blade knife? Well, first of all, of course, there is neck knife carry. And I don't have a problem with neck knives. I generally don't like wearing neck knives. I don't like things around my neck. So I don't use none of these I carry as a neck knife, okay? Now, another way is hip carry. And sometimes you have to. In other words, this is a karambit, and this has a paddle. So this goes inside your waist like that, and so you just pull out the karambit. It's just on your hip, and you just pull it out when you're ready to deploy it. So with some knives, in some knife systems, you don't have a choice. This has a paddle, and it's going to be on your hip, and, the ball game over. But what I want to focus on is something that nobody has talked about, and it is the idea of pocket carry for a fixed blade knife. So specifically, I have been pocket carrying, this is the EDC Relentless, available from Bone Tactical. This is only like $30, $40, and it's a high quality knife, and I have it in my pocket. And the reason why I'm able to have this in my pocket and use it is because I have it, it's just in my front right pocket, and for whatever reason, it doesn't move around a whole lot. In other words, it never gets the wrong orientation like that. Never goes upside down. It's always right side up in my pocket. I can sit and it's still comfortable. Now, I am 6 feet, so that probably helps. And this thing's probably about 7 inches or so. So it is able to fit comfortably in my pocket, and it's only a couple ounces, so you hardly even know it's there. But if I need to deploy it, all I do is pull it out of my pocket, and then either way, this way or that way, you just flick it off and then let gravity take it down. And I'll show it to you as I deploy it in this little 5-second clip here. Okay, so you can see how I used it. It's very fast coming out of the pocket, and I really like carrying these knives this way. Now, a couple of things you're going to need for pocket carry is you're going to need a knife that's short enough that it doesn't cause problems in your pocket. Like when you sit down, it doesn't poke you at all. It also has to have perfect retention. This thing has absolutely perfect retention. It's in there secure, okay? Nice and secure. It's not going to open up in my pocket. But then when I want it to come out, it's just maybe a pound of pull, and it's out. And so that means I can just take it and flick it off, okay? That also goes for this knife, which is just a really cheap master knife. Also has really nice retention. I cut this off, by the way. This loop went around here, and it kind of got in the way, so I just cut that off. And you can see this little stud matches up with this area right here, and you just clip it in. But it's not going to fall out. It's not going to come apart in my pocket. But yet, if I need to, boom, it's out. So this is carried the same way. This is a ceramic knife. This is the ceramic knife offered by Benchmark, and it's really a cheap knife, but same kind of principle. You just take this, pull it out of your pocket, and you're ready for action. Now this, interesting enough, this is the Bone Tactical EDC Ghost ceramic knife. And this one, it's a great around your neck. In other words, it comes down this way really nice, no problem. But you can just reach up under your shirt and pull it out, no problem. Good tension. But the thing is that it doesn't have any place to flick. This doesn't really work trying to flick it off with your thumb. And you can't, it's not like you can push with your index finger either, because if you were to push forward, you'd be cutting yourself. Okay, so that doesn't work at all. So this does not work pocket carry at all. Whereas these knives do work really well pocket carry. These three in the middle, I've pocket carried all three of these. Now this one I keep the clip on because I do like to have this on my hip. This makes a really nice hip carry knife. So I actually prefer to carry this one, the Cheap Master knife, on my hip. That really works well. The two I favor most are these two for pocket carry. This one is a high quality knife made by Greg Tambone. And Greg says the metal goes all the way through the hilt, and he is not lying, because if I take this little earth magnet here and put it on there, I can take the magnet and do that. And that obviously proves that it goes all the way through. So very high quality knife here. I mean, it looks kind of cheap. I'll be honest with you, this looks kind of cheap, but it is a very devastating weapon if you know how to use it. Okay, so I've established pocket carry. The only other issue is, remember, the same rules apply for pocket carrying a handgun. You only have the knife in your pocket. No keys, no chapstick, no change, nothing else. And I'm going to move these out of the way here. And the reason I'm going to move them out of the way is because I want to show you something. The question is, why am I carrying ceramic knives? Just real quickly, guys. Why am I carrying ceramic knives? This knife is not ceramic. And as you can see with my metal detector, okay, so as you can see, that is clearly detectable metal. And let me just remove it now. Just leaving the ceramics only in this area. I'm going to come around through the metal detector. Bringing the metal detector in, you can see that it doesn't detect any metal here. Okay. Whereas if I were to bring this metal knife back in, right? Okay. So I just wanted to add that in, that these knives will basically pass through a metal detector. And as Greg Tambone says, guys, do not try to sneak these on a plane past TSA. Do not do it. The only area where I think you should ever try to have a ceramic knife is if you are going, for example, to a game or a stadium or an event where they just have a metal detector out there and everybody's got to walk through the metal detector, but you're not breaking any laws. In other words, they don't want you to bring a weapon, but it's not a law that you don't have any kind of a weapon, okay? They just don't want you to have one. Well, in that instance, if it's not illegal, you can just have this in your pocket, go through the metal detector, and then if you have any problems at the stadium or anywhere around there, you're going to have a weapon to defend yourself with. So anyway, that's one little thing I wanted to add about the whole carrying a ceramic knife in terms of pocket carry. One other tip I can give you guys is that this is a very cheap Benchmark knife, and one of the things that you can do is to try to get the tension perfect. This was too loose originally, okay? It almost just fell out originally, which is no good. That's going to cut you in your pocket. But what I liked about this is that I could take it and add material to get that perfect pull. And what I did is I just went in here with some glue, and I just put some glue in here, some Loctite glue, and then dabbed in a little bit of baking powder, and that immediately causes it to dry hard. And then I just built up enough there that I would get nice tension. So I can just have this thing be in my pocket, and then boom, see you later, ready for action. So anyway, guys, wanted to alert you to this possibility of having pocket carry. I have not discussed firearms, purposeful compliance, if you're getting robbed, all those issues. Those are issues outside of this video, outside of the scope of this video. I'm only focusing on knives, fixed blade knives, and how you can carry them. And I wanted to give you another option, which is pocket carry, which I do all the time, and I've had really good results with. So anyway, just wanted to make this video for you guys, and I look forward to talking to you with my normal topic on how to make your cars last 25 years in the next video. Take care.